Hi everyone, it's Angela from High Quality Organics, the largest wholesale supplier of organic ingredients. Today I'm with Patrick, one of HQO's tea experts, and he just recently got back from a trip to South America where he visited with some of our Yerba Mate growers. So Patrick, I'm really excited to hear about your trip. First, tell me, what is Yerba Mate?
Well, Yerba Mate is a tea that is made from steeping the leaves of an evergreen tree down there, and it's native to South America, have been used for thousands of years.
Wow, and I've heard that Yerba Mate in South America is practically a national drink. Tell me about the history of it and how people consume it.
It is. It's consumed. You can see it almost everywhere in town, from anywhere you travel to. The beaches even have it served on the beach in basically the gourds. They'll often see people carrying a gourd around from person. They share these gourds.
Okay.
And often in the culture, it's really good for people to share the gourd. While you're sharing the gourd, one person gets a drink from the gourd and they don't get to speak.
Okay.
So it's passed to the next person, and then it's their turn to speak, and it's kind of something that's developed culturally and just traveled through. But
Very interesting.
and it's consumed at nearly every meal of the day,
Okay.
especially in the morning and at lunch, and helps them. They believe they consume a lot of meat in South America, so with cholesterol reduction, they believe it helps balance their cholesterol. It's high in antioxidants, and so it's just really developed over the years.
Interesting, and you had also mentioned there's a store on almost every corner similar to a Starbucks. Tell me about that store.
Yeah, the store is called Rei de Mate,
Okay.
and the translation pretty much means Mate King.
Okay.
And you find people going in and out, and they're walking out with lattes similar to Starbucks, and it's
Interesting.
a mate latte or a chai mate, or you'll see blended with fruit smoothies and mate, and just so many different ways they make the mate for the people.
Very interesting, so a very versatile drink.
Very.
So tell me a little bit about the farmers you visited and about their farms.
Yeah, the farmers we spent time with, they're fourth to fifth generation farmers that have come and immigrated from Europe to
Wow.
South America and really adapted to the history there, and took to growing mate and just really developing it, really learning how to do it organically, sustainably, where they spent time, all the way from growing and passing it through the generations and making sure that they kept the nature as best as possible. There's special Piero trees that help canopy and shade the mate. Mate doesn't like direct sunlight, so
Okay.
relies on this one particular tree to really give it that special growth pattern that it needs.
Okay.
1 to 2 year old trees have other subspecies around them that help give shade as well.
Okay.
And so there's no clear-cutting herbicides or pesticides. It's really nice to see all the different, species live in the ecosystem and really come together.
Nice. Wow. So Yerba Mate has been a national drink. It's consumed in a variety of ways. You spoke a little bit about the nutrition. Tell me a little bit more about the benefits of drinking Yerba Mate.
Yeah, there's numerous benefits. As I mentioned, some people there believe it's reducing their cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
There's very high in antioxidants, been seen that it's higher than green tea.
Wow.
And it has a natural form of caffeine for natural energy. So
Nice.
yeah, the natural energy is really what is nice, because for coffee, a lot of coffee consumers find the coffee's too acidic, it upsets their stomach,
Okay.
and it also can affect their blood sugar. So
Okay.
with the mate, it's a much smoother energy, it's longer sustained, it's digested a little differently, and you don't have the same effect of the low acidity. It's definitely a great coffee substitute or an organic form of natural energy.
Nice. Very interesting. Well, I'm intrigued and I'm really excited to taste. So tell me, you brought 3 different yerba mates here with you today. Tell me about this first one.
I did. The green is the least processed mate. It's
Okay.
the freshest. It's harvested year-round, and it is basically the direct green plant. It's the leaf and stem, sometimes primarily just the leaf of the mate,
Got it.
and it's fresh harvested, processed, and just consumed.
Interesting. It smells a lot like green tea. It tastes similar to green tea, but maybe a little bit more subtle. Not as, sometimes green tea can have very strong green flavors, and this seems to be much smoother.
It does.
Interesting. And the second one?
The second one is the aged mate, and how
Okay.
they make the aged mate is they usually take the green and they'll lay it down for about a year in a dark warehouse room or dark stored room with cool temperature. And it ages for anywhere from 1 to 5 years, and some people really like that it kind of mellows the tea. It brings out a little bit of the smokiness as well, from the natural fire processing that goes on.
Interesting. And this aged tea smells somewhat like a green tea, but the taste is almost a blend of green tea and black tea. What of these three flavors is your favorite?
I really like the last one,
Okay.
which is the toasted. And the reason I like it is to me, it's such a nice little transition from coffee. And it has a little bit of caramel back note to me, or really, maple, almost finish to me in the back notes, but still has that roasted flavor characteristic that you'll have with coffee.
Okay. It smells a lot like a cigar. You can really smell that roast. But the taste, it's very full of flavor. It reminds me of like a rooibos tea or very flavorful black tea. Quite delicious.
It is.
Very good.
And it's malty, and what they often do down there, you see perhaps the most popular could be the toasted.
Okay.
I saw that used a lot over ice as an iced tea with lemon and a little bit of sugar, and served at lunchtime that way, served on the beaches where they're mixing that with lemonade. And it's a really good choice. I think the two most common that we see here are the green and the aged at the stores.
Interesting. Wow, very fascinating. Thanks so much for sharing your knowledge about Yerba Mate. And for more information about Patrick's trip or to see more pictures, be sure to visit our blog at www.hqorganicsblog.com. And if you have a specific question that you'd like to send to Patrick, or you'd like to order Yerba Mate in wholesale supplies, please visit our website, www.hqorganics.com. Thanks so much, Patrick.
Thank you.